Hey everyone, it's Attorney Andre. Have you heard what's going on with Tesla and why Tesla's stock price is just tanking, going down, and what happened in Delaware? Well, it's all the same thing. Elon Musk holds roughly a 21% share of Tesla, and he was given an options contract that says that if he raised Tesla's market cap to 600 billion, he gets an extra 6%. Now, this options contract was challenged by a couple of shareholders. In the law business, we call them activist shareholders because they've got the funds, they've got the lawyers, and they are active in litigation in suing board of directors and suing different kind of company structures and the happenings of the company for the quote unquote benefit of the shareholders. That's what it comes down to. So the analysis that Judge McCormick essentially did is he said, okay, all of the members of the board that voted for this, remember, all of the members of the board wanted this to happen. And even though they voted for this, even though they agreed to it, because Musk had such a deep control over the board of directors that it was essentially they were acting as his puppets and they would have done whatever he wanted them to do. And because of that, the plaintiff in that case won. Elon Musk doesn't get his extra 6 shares. His option contract is void. And to the extent that he got anything, the plaintiff asked for rescission, essentially getting stuff back, bringing things back to the shareholders, giving the shareholders more voting rights. And the judge gave it to him. What does that mean? Well, that means that Musk has less voting share now, and there is more power now vested to the shareholders. And this is the major problem with Delaware. Because, look, I'm a lawyer. A lot of my clients say we should incorporate in Delaware. We should incorporate in Delaware. Delaware is the best place. Delaware has a chancery court. And what is a chancery court? A chancery court is just a specialized business court. But it's not a, roses and sweet corn. It's really not that great. Because the reality is you don't get as much anonymity as you think. Delaware is very expensive to register and more expensive than other states. And you have these chancery courts that don't uphold the highest definition of the business judgment rule. What's the business judgment rule? The business judgment rule is that when the board of directors makes a decision, it is claimed that it is for the best interest of the company. Now, in this case, the court took a look at the members of the board, took a look at their business judgment, looked at the fact that they've agreed to give Musk these stock options, and said that it's not in the best interest of the company. That the board is so closely tied together with Musk, it's not in the best interest. And that's why the plaintiff won and Musk lost, and that created a whole bunch of issues. Now, there's not much Musk can do. I mean, sure, he can appeal, and sure, he can take some kind of affirmative steps. But those affirmative steps might, again, bring him back to court because he's acting and not in the best interest of the company. At least it could be argued. Now, Musk tweeted that he should reincorporate or move the company from Delaware to either Nevada or Texas. Both of those states are very good states. Both of those states are what I recommend to my clients. Also, you have Florida too, that allow for a heightened definition of the business judgment rule where the board of directors is granted more power, not less power, and situations like this probably would have come out the other way in Texas, Nevada, or frankly, even Florida. This whole issue that Delaware is amazing because it's got a court of chancery and it's a specialized business court. They are the only state that has the technical know-how of how to resolve business disputes. That's fundamentally untrue now. It used to be true, but now it's totally untrue. And here's why. Florida, for example, where I practice, it's got a complex commercial division. Texas has a complex commercial division. Almost every single state has a complex commercial division. So yes, we're not fancy. We don't call it the Court of Chancery, but it's a court that deals with complex business transactions such as this one, with shareholder disputes, with derivative litigation, with all of these things that a typical Delaware Chancery court might deal with. So for those reasons, it's very clear that Musk should probably incorporate in another state, move it from Delaware to a different state. And he's not the first person to say that. I mean, I have a lot of good friends that are lawyers, and all of a sudden they're always saying, usually they've been saying this for many years already, that we'll never go to Delaware. We'll never step foot in Delaware. I mean, I think there's one guy, he was like called the King of Torts. After he got beaten Delaware, he's like, I'm not setting foot in Delaware. The judges don't know what they're talking about there. The reality is is judges make mistakes all the time. It's very clear that Musk could appeal. It's very likely that that appeal is going to go nowhere, and probably the best thing to do is to move the business from Delaware to someplace else. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree that Delaware is the best place to incorporate your business. If you agree with Musk in that he should move his business, let me know what you think. Ring the bell, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Talk to you soon.